Hey, water signs, Mary Ellen here for your May 2022 life path reading. A lot on the menu, my guides are saying. That's you. That's how you stand in your life. We just had an eclipse, a new moon in Taurus eclipse. Make sure to go watch the astrology on that so you know what you're on about, my guides are saying. Look how deep. Do you see the eye there? There's some sacred vision that you are finally going to have. You're going to see yourself in a way that you never have before this May, because the eclipse opened the month and allowed things that were not meant to be carried forward to be left behind. And that's you, watching the process, maybe looking backward in your life, watching things float away from you in a way that is very deep and very impactful. Look at that. My guides are talking about the Celtic god of the forest, who was an antlered god. And so in some way you are reflecting that energy somewhat. If you look at the top right hand side of the card, you'll see that the numerology adds up to a 10. So brand new beginning. It's perfectly ordered, my guides are saying. I love that. Here's what's floating away, and you're watching it. Look at that. Your fears. Your willingness and ability to hide from the factors of your life, to duck into your burrow. However, one of the things to know about the burrow, at least mythologically, is that there are many entrances and exits. One of the exits takes you straight out into the universe. In this month in May, when you head into your burrow to avoid your fears, whatever they might be, and protect yourself, look what's going to happen. You're going straight out into the universe. You're actually going right through, that's the 7th chakra, right through the 3rd eye into the pineal gland. And you're going to have some kind of an awakening. When it comes to the way you live your life of fears, my guides are saying, in whatever way that is meant for you to understand, you will know. I am not disrespecting you. I am acknowledging the continuation of a message that's been given for quite a while for the water sign people. A lot of transition going forward. So because you're having this experience, it's a 7 of Pentacles moment. When you stand in your life and you ponder what it is you actually want, how much you have gathered to yourself, what is the level of fulfillment that you have in your life? Do you really have what you want? Or do you have a limited amount of that which pleases you, my guides are saying? So that's the theme of the message. I like it. By the way, this is Kai's Tarot Love deck paintings that Kai did, friend of the channel. You can buy it on Etsy, and she turned it into a tarot deck. So 9 of Wands. You are well and truly done, beautiful water signs, with whatever has been troubling you. 9 of Wands shows a man bandaged. 9 Wands encircling someone who's been put upon, someone who has been brutalized, someone who has constant battles from maybe more than one direction, but in particular something in your life that's causing you to be embattled, and you're exhausted. You don't want to deal with it anymore. You feel like you can't take it. So you're trying, finally you're going to enter the period of your life. And this is after, I think, almost a 2-year period where the water signs have been transforming very, very slowly. The tide's coming and going. You're going to make an attempt to keep control, and perhaps to exercise a different type of control, reign, if you will, the Emperor over this situation. Because whatever it is you have been doing, clearly it has not been working. And you've only been able to manifest a certain level of your own being. So I like this coming forward. Let's just take a look. on a human level. By the way, I did shuffle the cards. I pulled them out because I'm trying to be brief because of the bandwidth problems. So interesting that we see the Two of Cups sitting next to the Emperor. Some desire, a crack in the wall of the Emperor, if you will, no pun intended, because of some desire to understand and participate in love with somebody. Somebody perhaps with whom you have been having challenges, somebody perhaps with whom you have not been engaging in order to bring balance. Someone in your life who's very sacred to you, a lover of some kind. My guides are talking about the lover of devotion. So the lover of devotion makes a formal pledge to their pathway in order to choose the direction into which they want to travel. That's what you're doing in the month of May. And by doing it, you have to give up a little bit of control in order to gain your destiny, basically. In order to soften, there comes a self-recognition about how you've been doing your life and the people you surround yourself with and the things you engage yourself in. Some epiphany coming that has to do with your fears and the way you manage them, the way they manage you, my guides are saying. So, very interesting. The bridge card is what ties this human endeavor to the soul line, which comes out here. So we see the Emperor pondering love, pondering give and take with someone very precious to you. Someone with perhaps whom you've been battling, self-protecting, not quite showing up all the way. Look. So the Emperor, as most of us know who follow these kinds of prisms of divination like the tarot, Four of Cups is about not being willing to accept love that has been given or attempted to have been given to you. And in some way, it's the perfect description of the Emperor, who protects themselves, who's rigid, who does not allow love energy to flow. You are witnessing something in your life, and you have rejected the love that has been offered to you by somebody, and the somebody is the universe. So there's some piece of your life that's going through this kind of a cycle. It may not be front and center in your life, or it's not all of you. It just depends on your chart and your rising sign and where your Venus is, all those things. But the water folks are continuing to be stressed. The stress is coming because we have Pluto in Capricorn, and you are doing your valiant best to bring the love energy forward and transform it. And now I think you have seen the light, my guides are saying. And whatever it is you have not been accepting because you've been focused on loss perhaps, or something that does not please you when you're self-protected. Look at that. From the Nine of Wands to the Nine of Pentacles. You're going to regain yourself, water signs, in some way that is very important during these days in the month of May. Coming into your power, coming into your fulfillment because of that. Okay, my guys are saying three ways. Because that which you reject will no longer be that which you are being given. Some change is coming. And when the change comes over you, and you have this realization, you see how the Emperor is looking at the Two of Cups? And the sacred lover standing in the background, waiting for this process to come forward? That brings you into the highest level of your knowing and your understanding. And some of you might just be offering it up to the guides, so to speak. It's lovely. The High Priest, the Hierophant, standing in the temple. And where do you see the perfection of that? Death and rebirth. Look at that. Some transformation that you are destined for. And you are literally watching yourself go through it. It's going to become very clear to you what it is that's been holding you back in your life. with the sacred side of yourself, your sacred vision. You're going to understand something. It's going to come on a spiritual level. It's also going to come on an intellectual level. You're going to actually see it. And when that moment comes, you're going to drop that burden and walk on and be done with this rotation in your life. And the way in which you're going to experience that is through the pineal gland, the seventh chakra. A real Kundalini moment, a real awakening, because you are going to finally see the benefit, if you will, of your fears, what they've brought to you, why you hide, why do you dart into your burrow when you are beset with challenges in your life. So, beautiful water signs, I'm wishing you well. This is pretty astounding reading. A lot. A very, momentous month in the month of May. As we come to the center point of the year, when things begin to change toward the destiny that's coming forward at the end of the year through the second round of eclipses that will finish out 2022 and have us all move on in a way that's profound. So these are the types of things that need to unfold in order for that to happen. So, gang, thank you for all the work you're doing. I really appreciate it. I wish all the water sign folks well. There's going to be a lot of movement. The tide is rising to the point where you're going to be able to allow these challenges to be washed away by dropping the burden. I'll see you next month, gang. Thank you so much for being here.